It's the gold and silver show where today we're going to be talking about gold breaking through that $2,000 mark. Silver looks to be making a move as well. Buys for under $10. What is the market paying for scrap? And how can you tell if a listing is good or not? Are you going to hit it big or is it going to be a flop? Let's start it off with your comments, and it has to do with the last video regarding the belt. Dwayne Diesel says, thank you for the silver and gold coverage. Great way to spread the wealth and knowledge. Jeremy Toussaint says that belt. Wow, great stories, great items, great show. I'm going to try to get some stuff in before the next show. Yes, please do, everyone. Trick chimes in, says, brilliant find, Klaus. Bargain for 80 bucks. Ooh, it was a bargain. And we're going to be talking about two bargains that I found and how I found them. But first, let's talk about price action. I love gold and silver. Been following it like my whole life. And one of the coolest things for me, I know everyone's going to weird out about this, Sunday nights. And you're like, Klaus, why would Sunday nights be so much fun? Because that's when the market pops open again. See, gold and silver trades Monday through Friday, or technically Sunday night through Friday night, takes a break, and I love watching juicy action right when the market opens because they got like 2 days where like they can't trade. So I like to see what happens when the market opens. You can see, hey, look, gold above that 2,000 mark. Super excited about it. Now let me ask you a question. Are you buying as aggressively with gold at the 2,000 mark? And the reason I bring it up is because when gold and silver get to those higher values, don't worry everyone, we're going to be talking silver price here above $24. When gold and silver are up there in price, there's this excitement, right? And more people want to list, and then, more people want to buy. And let me tell you though, but do you think you'll find deals then? I think you still will, but I think you have to be careful because people will be looking to get more for their money because it's in vogue, because the price is looking juicy. Especially look at silver. $24.70 right now for silver. Oh man, so that means the prices I paid for all this made a steal. Okay, gonna start talking about some price action, some stories, and I guess how to spot good deals and not. Few auctions I've been following here. Here's one. It's a job lot of hallmark silver pieces, total weight 210 grams, not scrap. Okay, so this went for $185. Put it into my calculator. The actual value of the silver was $153.82, and you had to pay shipping. So people were paying about 28% above spot on this. Now, I get it. You're going to look at some of the pictures, and you're going to be like, dude, okay, like this isn't garbage. Like, this is actually like some decent stuff. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I kind of get you. I'm with you on this. The only problem I got is, have you seen any pictures of any hallmarked items? So you got people out there paying big money and you can't even see the stamped items. Come on now. If I'm going to be selling something like selling a spoon, and hold on, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. If I'm going to be selling a spoon or a fork, you're going to see the marking on the back of it or on the shoulder, on the neck. Let's keep on exploring with this. Okay, so people are paying above spot. Now look at this one, okay? This is a vintage 925 sterling silver. Okay, they spelled sterling wrong. Okay, that's fine. Not going to get mad at them. But sterling silver, unless it's how you spell it over across the pond, but it's with an E out here by us. But so they got that here. Let's click through the pictures, okay? Okay. Okay. I mean, the pictures are good. It shows the detail. But did you see any hallmarking stamps? I saw some right there. I saw some on the previous one right there. Okay, cool. So some of these items are marked, but the majority of them aren't. So again, like as a buyer, you're like, yo, am I getting a good deal or not? Well, let's put this into our calculator. This is coming out at 412 grams, all right? So let's put our 412 grams in right here. And remember, whenever you use these calculators to set your purity to the correctness, I have my purity set to sterling. That comes out to $301, plus they're going to be paying fees, okay? So on this lot right here, whoever this buyer was actually got this below spot. So in different auctions, you're seeing different amounts. Now, the reason I brought up both of these auctions is because neither of them really had the hallmark stamped on there. I've been known to sell a couple things on eBay, and anything I sell on eBay, I'm telling you, I highlight the stamps, I zoom in, I'll show like a far out picture like this, and then I'll show it like super close up on the camera so you can see the hallmarks. Now, let's keep exploring because I want to show you some other stuff here, and this is just going to show you some examples, okay? Here's a vintage bold sterling statement ring, not scrap. Okay, look, I'm not being picky, but if you want top dollar for your stuff, you can't be showing older, wrinkly hands. And now I know some of you be like, Klaus, you're being a bit particular. No, I'm serious. Get yourself a $7 fake mannequin hand, jewelry display hand, put it on there, and you'll get more for your money. The other thing, too, is give as much description as you can. What is the weight of it? Can you show us some more zoomed-in pictures? Now, here's one that kind of gets me a little bit, okay? And I wanted to share this one specifically with you. This is a hand-poured 925 sterling silver ingot bar, 248 grams. Now, I don't have any problem with this whatsoever, but how do you know the center of the bar is not filled? Yeah, exactly, right? That's kind of the thing. So if you're smelting yourself, right, if you're pouring it yourself, you got to kind of rely on the person pouring it and be trusting them. And with eBay, that's kind of tough. That's why you see with this right now sitting at 248.5 grams. Let's put that in, 248.5. All right, this is at $182. Let me get that up right here. So this is well under. Why? Because people are like, dude, I don't know what was poured in there in the middle. You're not providing any more pictures. Would be cool. Hey, here's a video, all right? Here's a link of me pouring it, and here's the stamp for me as a maker. You don't need to be like a big maker house to get a stamp. You can go buy your own customized die right now for under $25. And then all you got to do, put it in your die press, and you can stamp your own stuff. Then once you build up your reputation as a good dealer, you'll be able to get even more for your money. So my thing would be this. If you're looking at stuff like this that's been poured, make sure you know who you're buying it from, okay? Do not, I repeat, do not just go, oh, well, it has to be. No. You want maker's marks, right? A stamp of who poured it, a video of them pouring it to make sure that there's nothing filled in the center. Would be nice to get a little bit of scrapey, testy. It would also be nice to see, hey, what items were put into the old smelting pot. Right? I mean, think about it. Looking at this saying, hey, this is 925 jewelry scrap silver. Okay. How do I know you don't have maybe some coin grade stuff in there? Some 800 grade stuff in there? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And the other problem you got is if you buy something like this and if you take it somewhere, they're going to have to take it to a facility that does XRF testing, okay? Most places by me, I live very rurally, most places don't have XRF guns. They'll send it off to their assayer, and the assayer will then do the XRF test on it to verify it. So that's the other thing. You could take a bar like this. You could take it to a gold and silver place, and unless they have it, they're most likely not going to give you money at the time. Why? Because there's no stamp. They don't know what it's filled with. They're not going to sit there and like drill a hole through the center of it to make sure you didn't fill it with lead and then pour silver around it. Oh, and yes, that has happened before. So the more detail you have, the more you can have a good reputation regarding buying and all that stuff, the more money you will get for it. One of the other things, too, I wanted to share with you has to do with scale, and it's this one right here. Okay, look, this is yellow gold, sterling silver bead jewelry. Don't really care about it. But what I care about, though, is that they're showing a picture of it next to a dime, so you can get an idea of how big it is. Like if I tell you, hey, look, later in the show, I'm going to show you two sterling silver necklaces. Well, it's a necklace and a bracelet set, okay? But I don't tell you like how long they are. I don't kind of maybe put it on a mannequin. I don't display it next to something. You lose the scope and scale. For those of you who've been watching this, you know that I asked Trick. I said, hey, Trick, you know that Queen's Beast that you got? Can you show that next to an item that all of us would recognize so we could see size, scope, and scale? That's why it's important. As many details as possible. Show those hallmarks, okay? Show them. Even if these are cheap, take the time, take the picture, show them. You will get more. In fact, as I've shown you in this channel, you will get even more than what spot is. Sometimes 20% more than spot. Now, here is something that I'm looking at tonight, all right? I recorded this on Monday. This is what I'm looking at tonight. It's this right here. Oh, juicy, juicy goody. Look at all of this. This is all the same auction, and I am a huge silver person. The reason I love silver is because there is a serious market out there by where I live, okay? I live down south rurally. Silver is big out here, more so compared to gold. I will find silver all day long out here. Gold, not so much. In gold, I'll pay a little bit more closer to spot than I would silver because of its just lack of it out here, okay? But this is the auction I'm found tonight. Lots and lots of juicy stuff. Sterling silver etched bangle bracelets. And what's cool is this auction house that's doing this, they took photos of all of the maker's marks, all of the brandings, all of the hallmarks, so that when you bid on this, you bid on it with confidence. So now in the first gold and silver show that we did, and don't worry, I'll have them both linked at the end of this, I shared with you a story about how a gold pinky ring went for $6.50. Yeah, kid you not, $6.50. No description, no weight. There was like nothing. You couldn't tell how big it was, how thick it was. The pictures sucked. $6.50. Now, what I have in front of me is a silver lot, okay? I paid, and I'm just going to share with you, just for full disclosure, I paid $4.92 for this. This was marked, and you're going to love this, this was marked as silver tone beaded jewelry, okay? So the auction house had it listed as that. When you and I hear silver tone, what do we think? It's not silver, right? Like gold tone isn't gold, right? And so that's kind of what threw a lot of people away. So I looked at it and I zoomed in on one of the pictures, and I was actually able to see a mark on the clasp in one of the pictures. And since this was a matching set, I was like, well, wait a minute here. I bet you there's a stamp on the other clasp too. What's even better about this is entirely silver. Not just the chain, not just the clasp, not just the center. The entire chain is silver. And because the auction house listed it wrong, I was able to pick this up for fees and everything. This is all with fees. I paid $4.92. All right, that is what I paid for a matching silver 925 fully marked set. Now, what I'm going to do here, probably in the next video, is I'm going to show you what this looks like on a bust along with a wrist display, so you could see like really how good this actually looks. But I took a chance because there were some clues in the listing. Now, this auction house could have easily gotten way more money for this. In fact, if I pop this on the scale in front of me, let me put it down for grams. Even for scrap, this is at 45 grams right now. Come on now. You've been paying close to 30 bucks just in scrap for this, and I picked it up for $4.92. I wonder if someone filming this should open up a jewelry store with all their finds. Now here's another one that I want to share with you. This was the exact same auction, and this is kind of what I do. There's certain auction houses that I know out there. You have to be careful, because if the stuff isn't legit, right, you're caught holding the bag. But if you take a risk on lower price lots, you're going to be good to go. Now wait until I share with you what I got in here. Now, I'm going to show you a whole bunch of this stuff, and I'm going to then tell you at the end what I paid for it. So, I got a very cool, this is a child full silver, 100% silver medallion right here, okay? Along with a sterling silver chain, along with a 925 Mexico with a little bit of onyx action in there. Some cool stuff, right? So this stuff all has some really good weight. And that's just the first bag. Now, mind you, this was all in one lot, okay? Now, the best part about this was the pictures for this lot were absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. In fact, they even said that this pendant here was costume jewelry. And when I went to pick it up, I was sitting there and I was talking to a lady and I said, oh, there was just a lot of costume jewelry. She says, yeah, it was almost all costume jewelry. And I got a little nervous thinking, oh my gosh, I bought quite a bit. Maybe I'm going to be in trouble. No, they just didn't see the hallmark that was in the clasp. So again, you gotta really look over your stuff, get yourself a really fine loop. But check this out, this was also in there. And now mind you, all of this here was marked as silver tone. I got myself a really cool, beautiful butterfly pendant. Another 925 sterling necklace. And the reason I get these 925 sterling necklaces, I have a ton of sterling silver pendants. And what I do is I combine them with the necklace and the pendant, and boom, they're worth even more. And now check out this one too. This is a really cool necklace, silver necklace with a charm on it. And again, I got this whole lot for, have you guessed it yet? Now, mind you, I'm going to tell you right now, I've got about 90 grams worth of silver in my hand. Now, what did I pay for this lot? $8.61, because they did not mark it correctly. Their description was off. They didn't have weights on everything. They called it all silver tone instead of silver. So I was able to pick up this much goodies $8.61. So there's definitely deals out there, and there's also ways to make more money. Just make sure your listings are as descriptive as possible. If you're selling stuff, you like little Gorham silver stuff, hey, cool, there's a sterling stamp right here. Do then the buyer a favor, then zoom in even further so that they can say, hey, wait a minute, oh my gosh, there actually is a silver hallmark on there. Holy crap, there it is. I got it reflecting in the light right up there. Do as much as you can, and you will get as much as you can. Otherwise, what's going to happen is people like me are going to be the ones bidding, taking the risks, and yes, we're going to hit home runs every once in a while, but some of the times they're going to be duds. That's why you got to check out those pictures, check out the person who's doing the auction, check out the seller, what's their reputation, and also, what are the rest of the lots looking like in that auction? Do they have high-end items, right? Do they got high-end dishware, flatware, and stuff like that? High-end furniture, cabinets, hutches, stuff like that? If they've got high-end furniture, then most likely they're not going to be skimping out on their jewelry, are they? So take all of that together, put it into a big ball, have your calculator ready, and have fun at the auctions, because guess what, everyone? That's what I'm about to do right now. Now, if you missed the first 2 episodes of the Gold and Silver Show, you can check them out right here. So, what am I doing? Well, I just told you what I'm doing. I'm going to grab a quick snack, and then I'm going to park my butt right behind this PC, and hopefully I score another couple home runs. Let me know in the comments below what you're doing, and have a great rest of your day.